EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
From the 29, Jackson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
And it's 3rd down.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. Operating from the gun, Jones. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is taken at the 5. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Tyreek Hill, 60 yards. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy.
7, Texans nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And more, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands and maybe the offensive move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than the right.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
7 yards there and a first down.
41. A gain of 7. And the Texans.
Now Jackson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
And I think the ball's out, and the Colts pick it up. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot, and that time he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around him because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get to the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. From the gun, Jones.
Throw from Westbrook, it's intercepted.
Picked off by the crowd there, Marcus Peters. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3.
They go play action with Jackson. Holding on to Smith.
Jackson.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback will tell you it's nice to have a tight end that can stretch the field. And how about him right there, working in the heart of the defense, and they connect on a very nice play downfield, a combination of talent and toughness to go into the briar patch.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Gun, it's Jackson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Smith-Schuster.
That one goes for 24 yards.
And the
Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 5-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans.
Touchdown.
Ronald Jones, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game.
Kick is good.
Gold able to tack on the extra point. And we are tied at 7.
Robbie Gould set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And going deep. The got his man complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
That's Cordell Patterson hauling it in. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun. Jones, open man is Hill. He's got it. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or a wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws that quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. It takes 2 to 10. He's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Justin Jefferson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the 1st quarter.
The score, Colts 14, Texans 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken about 7 yards deep. And more, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson looking outside, and he's got a man. That's James. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
14, Texans 7.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Play action. Now Jackson. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That goes for a gain of 31.
First down, Houston.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Dancing to his left. And that's going to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Caught left side by Funchess. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They'll run it with Jones. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Now Jones. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Tackle made.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. 3rd and goal, Jackson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. David Moore with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game.
Good.
Gold with the extra point, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half.
Robbie Gould.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
at the Colts' 46-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson being chased out left. And this is going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple of weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
On 3rd down, Jackson. The open man is Smith. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A first down run here by Jones as he'll take it forward for a gain of about 4.
The tackle made by
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
He's going to look deep for more. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans.
touchdown.
David Moore, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Texans have broken the tie. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. Fielded in the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off around the 37. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
They'll take over.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones, and he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Third down.
On 3rd down, Jackson. His pass caught at the 4. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. The first half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coach.
Those passes are intercepted for a 13 today. Picked off right around the 43. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. David Moore on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Texans push further out in front. Gold with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Robbie Gould set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Taken in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, it's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter.
And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25.
Now Jones, off the play fake, steps away. Gets this one to Hill. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
The 49-yard line.
Here's Jones on 1st down. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. They'll swing this complete out to Hill. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Complete to Tyreek Hill.
From the gun, Jones. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. It'll be intercepted. And it's Clinton Diggs with a pick. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
James
No
Burton.
gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down. Jackson. Flush to his right. The man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Houston. Juju Smith-Schuster. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Texans will extend their lead. Gould able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is now 24-14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
Jones operating from the gun. Forced out to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat. And if he flushes out, they're fine with that. And they force another incompletion.
Jones now to throw again. They're going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun. Jones. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now fourth down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Back at his own 49.
First play of the drive, lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the gun, Jackson. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl quarterback, Denzel Ward. And they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys, let's go. Come on, capitalize on this one.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Running the toss here to Dillon. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Taken down.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Now Jones. Will get this into the hands of Dillon, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
1st and 10 at the 40.
Throwing Jones. Escaping the pressure right. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. From the gun, Jones. That one complete to Hill. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
6-yard line.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Daniel Jones scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. as they elect to go for 2. Now Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further.
Colts 22.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score Texans.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Again, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A run with Jones on 1st down, not going to yield much. A yard tops. 2nd down coming up. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. Take it all the way down and just take the delay. That's going to set him back 5 yards. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Here's Jones, throwing on 1st down. Trying the outlet, incomplete. That's Reed. And he'll be out right at the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
35-yard line.
From the gun, Jones. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The catch and run good for 24 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, down at the 31. Operating from the gun, Jones. That'll be complete to the running back, A.J. Dillon. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. That catch good for only a couple.
On the pickup. It's second.
On second down, here's the option.
That's out to Hill, right side complete.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
Jones, off play action. Oh, they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Sets up 4th.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
It's caught, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Cordero Patterson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. So the touchdown was big. This almost equally big as he'll try to get it to a 1-score game with a 2-point conversion. Jones now, operating from the gun. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line.
Colts, 28.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Texans take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
big guys up front.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 30.
No, sir.
Touchdown,
no, sir.
Houston. Ronald Jones.
Touchdown.
His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Texans will add on to their lead.
The kick is good.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation. Knowing when it exists to go to it, they did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
Now Jones off the play fake. Flushed out right. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. That's good for 28 yards.
Well, we know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire.
A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down. Off the play fake. Jones eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's Jones. Going to throw again. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the gun, Jones. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Steven Nelson. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
The ball carrier.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Houston.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory.
Across midfield with a
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's Jones. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. From midfield now, here's Jackson, escaping the pressure right. And it's caught by Smith. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
18 on the play.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Juju Smith-Schuster. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans push further out in front.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full...
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs.
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic. Faking it. I can understand you want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
It smells terrible. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And he's going to go down. His time is now run out on this game. Offensive explosion help leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.